be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, October 11th, 2021. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Welcome back and happy Monday, everyone. I know that you're all still probably sleeping off your post-Olympia hangover, so we promise not to hit you with anything heavy today. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into our first story of the day, which is the new update from Standalongu, who's a little less than 2 weeks out from making his open debut at the Legion Sports Festival. According to Stan, the look that he's bringing in as an open competitor should be on another level compared to what he was able to do in Classic Physique, where he managed to place the top 10 at the Olympia before he decided to move up to the Open. On paper, the men's open lineup at the Legion looks like it's going to be pretty strong, but if Stan comes in on the money, he should be right there fighting for a top 3 spot. As I mentioned, the men's open lineup at the Legion is shaping up to be pretty solid, and it's a lot more solid now than it was a few weeks ago, thanks to Cedric McMillan entering into the equation. As we all know, Cedric had to pull out of the Arnold Classic a few weeks ago due to a medical issue, but luckily for him, he's gotten the green light since then, and it looks like he's chosen the Legion as his place to make his season debut. Believe it or not, Cedric hasn't had a win on an IFBB stage since all the way back in 2017, even though he's had a handful of really impressive second and third since then. But if he can manage to get it going here, and maybe even collect the win, it gives him a ton of momentum heading into the back half of the season, where he could potentially collect a few more titles, depending on how things shake out. Full disclosure, I sat around thinking about whether or not I should include some metaphor about a chain being as strong as its weakest link for this segment, before I decided, well, that it was stupid. Because what Rafa Brandao's doing right now is clean enough that you don't need metaphors to figure it out. Rafa took a lot of criticism last year about not being good enough from the back, so he spent the entire offseason trying to address it, and now we're seeing the results. He's better from the back, he's better from the front, and I think he's probably tired of hearing the noise too. And when he makes his season debut a few weeks from now and he locks into that back double bicep for the first time, I think that'll be the moment when everyone realizes that the home stretch of this season belongs to him. Anyone who caught the Classic Physique action last weekend couldn't help but walk away from it thinking about how exciting this division is going to be over the next 5 years as it continues to grow. At pretty much every show now, it feels like there's some athlete who pops out of the woodwork and looks like they're ready to be a top 10 Olympian right out of the gate. And even though it's way too early to even start thinking about next season, it might not be too early to start thinking about your 2021 USA Classic Physique champ, Ruben Salas, because he's keeping some pretty good company lately. Over the last few weeks, we've seen Ruben holding his own in the gym with the likes of Breon Ansley and Chris Cormier, and it looks like they've done a nice job in mentoring one of the young top talents in the division. Considering the fact that there were so many young athletes who made their presence felt this year, it only seems logical to lump Ruben into that group. And if he can keep improving at that rate, his name is one that I can imagine us talking about at the same time next year. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.